Am I right, Mr. Watson?
Correct.
The $5 is for those who can afford it, and that's just to support my brother's keeping.
Correct.
If you can't afford it, but yet you want to still participate in the tournament, don't let that stop you from coming home.
Right.
From coming.
Right.
If you don't know how to play the PlayStation, but you want a hot dog,
Come in.
potato chips, and a soda,
Right.
please
in.
come.
Right.
Please come.
Welcome one, welcome all.
Welcome one, and the tournament is open to, they got two divisions. They got a high school division and they got a middle school division.
Right.
All right? And adults, if you would like to either contribute towards the refreshments, or if you want to sponsor a kid, drop off $5. Call Mr. Watson and say, look, I got $5 for a kid.
Right.
You know, and all of the kids are asked to come. All of them actually, am I right so far?
All kids, right.
Oh, actually come. All right. Now, do you have anything planned for the future?
Yeah.
That might need to talk about.
Hopefully carry some kids to Tuskegee. Yeah. To Tuskegee to view a football game, or the Phoenix City. Phoenix City has a classic coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Now, I tell you what. Now, let's talk about the classic first. The classic is very exciting. I remember when I was pastoring, well, I'm still pastoring in that area. They have a big parade,
Right.
and everything at the classic,
Correct.
and that would be a great atmosphere
Right.
to put our young people in.
Exactly.
It's a good, clean, fun atmosphere.
And safe.
Safe, you know. Now, then Tuskegee is the defending champions, is that right?
Correct. They are.
So if you take them down to Tuskegee, they are the defending champion.
Right.
And let me tell you something. A friend of mine lived in Dothan, and grown as me,
Okay.
and he had never ever been to a college football game. Till a few years ago, I took him to a college football game.
All right.
He had never been.
Right.
And this is the thing that's amazing. You'll be surprised how many adults
Right.
had never been to a college football game.
Exactly.
So I think that the fact that you want to take these children,
Right.
and can I say this to y'all? There's nothing like the atmosphere
Right.
of a college football game.
Right.
There's nothing like that atmosphere. All y'all can't go to Baton Rouge and get caught up in that good atmosphere when the Tigers are playing, the real Tigers, that is.
Right.
But just go, and that's a good idea. Now, how many children are you proposing to take?
As many as we can get names for and permission notes from the parent, we'll be able to use the church van as well as any other transportation that might be available.
Okay, so do they need to start now?
Right.
Signing up?
Yes.
You have a date on the game?
The date on the game is, this is the 5th, it'll be the 12th.
12.
Right.
Is that the game at Tuskegee or is that the
That's
class?
the game in
Columbus?
Columbus or Phoenix City.
Okay.
The first home game is the 5th
Okay.
up in Tuskegee.
Okay, now that's this weekend coming.
Right. We're not prepared to do this weekend.
Okay.
But the next weekend.
Okay.
And other weekends, we will be prepared to do
Okay,
that.
so this is what we have to do with the same number. I'm gonna give you the same number.
Correct.
313-377-8275.
Right.
You need to start now and give permission for the. Now, is there gonna be any cost for the game?
I'm gonna hopefully be able to work it out between us and the athletic department.
Okay, all right. And normally the athletic department will work with you on something like that.
Correct.
When you
And then-
bringing kids down there, because every athletic department looking at their future.
Right.
And they know the quicker they can get them kids.
Right off the deal.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you get them on that campus, man, that's one of the beauties of being recruited.
Correct.
You go to these different campuses, man, and they lay it out for you. So again, that's Mr. Drury Watson. That's 313-377-8275. You got to start calling them now. Say, yes, I want my kid to go with you to Tuskegee. I want him to go with you to the Classic.
Right.
You know, and so you got to have permissions. And I'm gonna suggest that you get some kind of slip that they can,
Right, permission of,
that you can sign, that way you won't be liable for.
well, right.
And man, again, we say thank you to, I'll tell you what I would like to see. I would like to see so many children that you'd have to, not only First African band, but you'd have to go borrow some of the other church bands.
Van, true.
And I hope the churches would work with you
Right.
in that area.
Right, and then Reverend Hunter has been a jewel in working with me at First Baptist, and I don't think any other church would be a problem as far as any type of loaning us their transportation for that day.
Okay, well, God bless you. Thank you. Okay, so we know what's coming up September the 7th. We know what plans you got for any other plans you have for the future. May not be together yet, but what's going through your head?
Not together, but as I say, to go there and let them do different things. Maybe go to the School of Veterinary Medicine, the engineering school. In Detroit, we had a school, a high school that was an aviation school. So kids got an opportunity to do flying on the different screens at the school, which also encouraged them.
Let me make a suggestion to you. Something you did that I was very, very impressed with, and I wish I could think of her name, the doctor you brought down.
Right. Right. Dr. Judy Purnell.
Yeah, Dr. Purnell.
Right.
And as many times as you can get her to stand before those children,
Right.
not only is she's a great motivation speaker, but she knows some history.
Exactly.
And I think one of the problems we have with this generation of our young people appreciating things,
Right.
that they really don't know the history.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of children take for granted, they think that the way it is now has always been that way.
Right.
But we're here to tell them that it ain't always been that way.
Exactly.
And I think she would do a great job on sharing the history, so the young folks will know where they are, where they come from.
Man, that's one of the main things that we want to emphasize. You want to make a kid feel like they belong. And that's a lot of the problems. Kids don't belong to anything. But this we want them to belong to. We got different little aspects of the program. But it's something that they will enjoy.
Well, let me ask you this. What's the possibility of the city officials, especially the recreation department, working with you? You have any plans to try to involve them into what's going on with our youth?
Yeah, but kids need several opportunities and several vehicles in order to be put on the right track. What works at the Boys and Girls Club might not work for these kids that we have. We're looking for alternative kids. And that's our greatest challenge, is the alternative kids.
Okay. Well, now, when you say alternative kids, you mean giving kids different options of things to do?
Exactly. And to really getting down with them and working out different programs that work for those kids, to make them aware of certain things. And most of all, feel that they're loved.
Now, one of the things that I talk about all the time to stimulate the mind is chess.
Right.
And I tell you another thing that stimulates your mind is music.
Correct.
You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
So, are there any plans to try to work in that area with those children?
Right. We plan to work with them as far as chess and other games are concerned, and to let them feel the competitiveness of each other in a friendly way.
Let me ask you this: what about tell me how you feel about this? And I thought it was very interesting. That was a football player that plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers, if I'm not wrong. And his son played ball. And what he did, he got two boys that played ball, and they gave him a trophy for participation. And it was a participation trophy.
Right.
And he made them take it back because he said he wanted them to earn it. How do you feel about a trophy just for participating in sports? Or whatever.
I'm not against it, but that takes a great deal of financial resources in order to do that. And at the present state, we have not built up our finances.
Oh yeah. I wasn't talking about you doing that. No. No, I wasn't talking about you doing. I was just talking about how you felt about that in general.
Right.
Because I know I was watching on TV and you had, it was about 50-50.
Right. And then if a kid has been able to be successful in life, any trophy given for any amount of success means something.
Yeah,
to that child.
yeah.
So that's the thing. It's not everybody can be no pro. Everybody cannot excel, but for them to have the will and the heart to participate, it's worth something.
Yeah. I agree with you there. I agree with you there. So that's a great challenge for us when it comes to our young people. Because anytime they turn the TV on, they see violence, and they.
Right.
And we was talking earlier off camera about the language, you know, and really the lack of respect.
True. And then that's what we, as a group, we want to be an example for the child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's a great need for black men to stand up and be men.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for anybody's child, not just their child, but for all children.
But now, let's do this for the record. Let's do this for the record. So I always believe in being precise, and I always say to our viewing audience that don't go live, but be informative, and we try to make it entertaining. These are for all children, regardless of the race or gender.
Correct.
Am I correct?
Correct.
We call it my brother's keeper because we're using the term brother as it's used in the Bible.
Correct.
And in the Bible, brother does not refer to a specific gender. It refers to everybody.
Correct.
So I want you to go on record, my friend, saying that this tournament and anything that you do under the title of my brother's keeper is for all children.
All children.
Regardless of race, gender,
Creed or color.
All right. So if you want to go to Tuskegee, you can, regardless of who you are. You want to go down to the Classic. And I think one of the most important things that we have just said, when you're dealing with children, you're dealing with children.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think a terrible mistake would be to label a child and say we're just dealing with black children.
Or just white.
And each race have their own distinct problems.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
We start talking about culture and stuff like that, and
Correct.
identity and stuff like that.
Right.
But when we are offering something, we're offering it for all children.
All children. All children with no bias ever.
Okay. And so we regardless of where you live.
Right.
And you say you want to even venture out into Russell County.
Correct. And Georgetown, across the bridge.
Yeah, Georgetown is real close to us.
Right.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that. I'm gonna try one more time about this tournament. Let's do that one more time. I don't think we can say it enough because it's right up on us.
Right.
Now, tomorrow is the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
This program should be airing right now, the 1st of September, which means you got 6 more days before this tournament take place. That's why I'm emphasizing it, and Dr. Ware and Dr. Fleming, that's why we switched the program around, is because of the importance of this. Let's go one more time. Madden NBA 2K video game tournament.
Right.
Monday, which is happened to be Labor Day.
Right.
September the 7th, 2015, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's going to be at First African Baptist Church Fellowship Hall. First African Baptist Church is located on 301 South Forsyth Street, right here in the city of Eufaula. There's going to be two divisions. It's going to be the high school division and the middle school division for this tournament. Everybody's asked to come. Everybody's invited to come, regardless of what grade you might be in. So we're asking the parents to support this by bringing your children. I always say this to folks. It's very frustrating for somebody to do something for our children or for us, and we don't show up. Very frustrating. So let's show Mr. Watson that we appreciate what he's doing by simply bringing our children out there. I would love for you to walk out there and show 100 or so kids.
Right.
I would love for that. And if some of you want to volunteer your time,
Right.
Mr. Watson said that we'd love to have you. If you want to volunteer towards the refreshments, love to have you.
Right.
If you want to make a donation towards the entry fee, love to have you.
Right.
Love to have you. Now, the $5 admission fee is simply if you're going to take part in the tournament.
Right.
If you're not going to take part in the tournament, it does not cost you a nickel to come up there and get you a hot dog and chips and a soda.
Right.
And be in a safe atmosphere. Parents, you ought to be glad that those children are in a safe atmosphere. And this is what you can do that night. You can take your children that night to Lake Point
Right.
for the fireworks display.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can make a day of it. You can make a day of it. From 9 until 12, if you want some time for yourself,
Right.
bring your children the first afternoon. Let them enjoy themselves doing the things that children do. And then you can enjoy yourself doing the things that adults do.
Right.
And then that night you can go as a family and watch the fireworks.
Right.
So this is what I want to do. I'm gonna go over things one more time, Mr. Watson. Then I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna give you the last few minutes to tell our audience anything you would like to tell them. But I'm gonna emphasize that we need to get in touch with Mr. Watson because he's making plans to take our children, and I think it's a great idea to expose them to a college football game. To a college football game. We're going to take them to the high school too. We're going to work out, or we'll take them to one of the high school games here in the fall.
Right.
All of them sit together and enjoy the game. And also the classic down in Columbus. So he's making plans for that. But parents, you got to get in touch with him. You got to get in touch with him. And get in touch with him and say thank you. Get in touch with Reverend Hunter and say thank you for providing for our children. And when we began to do more things, because I was talking to Dr. Flemings and Dr. Ware, and we're gonna be putting together some things to bring to the city, to get the city to support some stuff that we might make this place friendly for our children. My Brother's Keeper video game tournament, Monday, September the 7th, from 9 until 12. Hot dogs, sodas, water, chips will all be available. And those of you who are going to take part in the tournament, say bring your A game. Mr. Watson's number is 313-377-8275. Give him a call, Mr. Drew Watson. Now, Mr. Watson, we got a few more minutes left before our dime run out, and I'm going to give you this opportunity to look at that camera and tell our viewing audience whatever it is that you want them to know. I'm giving you the last word. You're watching Gumbo Live. We're here at the Bread Basket. And as I always tell you, if you have any comments or any question about anything that you hear or see on Gumbo Live, all you got to do is stop by the Bread Basket and give your question to Tony, and we'll get you an answer. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. Thank you for watching Gumbo Live. Come on, Mr. Watson, whatever you want to tell me.
All right. With the program, I'm a keeper. There are a number of things that we plan to do with the children. But we have to let the kids be on their best behavior and show discipline as well as respect. And that will be enforced. So knowing that, we welcome all the kids of Eufaula and surrounding areas to come and participate. And like the hostess said, bring your A game.
Now, Mr. Watson, you just brought something to my attention. A lot of children, now, and I'm basing this on what Dr. Ware and Dr. Fleming said. A lot of the problem with the children is at home.
Right.
All right? And if there's not a lot of discipline at home,
Right.
then when my Brother's Keeper puts something on,
Right.
you can't expect them to walk in with a whole lot of discipline.
Right.